and the imaginations of millions around the globe. On an ordinary day in orbit, satellites of the International Space Station captured something extraordinary, something so vast, so impossible, that it has left experts speechless. A 3,000-mile-wide, unidentified flying object moving past Earth. Yes, you heard me right. 3,000 miles across. That's larger than the continental United States, larger than anything ever recorded, drifting silently through the immediate neighborhood of our planet. Now let's take a moment to absorb this. The eyewitnesses aboard the ISS described the object as enormous, smooth, and metallic. Sunlight reflected off its surface, scattering brilliance across the black backdrop of space. Some astronauts said it was so massive, so geometrically clean, that it could not have been a natural fragment of rock or ice. It moved with precision. It moved with intent. Unlike an asteroid tumbling in chaotic rotation, this colossal structure glided, silent, calculated, passing near our world with the elegance of a spacecraft, yet on a scale so vast that it redefines what we thought possible. Scientists scrambled to catalog it, but it didn't match anything in our databases of known comets, asteroids, or satellites. No debris field trailed behind it, no irregular spin, no chaotic shedding of material. Instead, it moved like something alive, or perhaps something built. And so, the debate begins.
Some astronomers insist it must have been a previously undetected object, a strange cousin of the Oumuamua interstellar traveler that passed through our solar system in 2017. But Oumuamua was a mere speck compared to this. Oumuamua was smaller than Manhattan. What we're talking about here dwarfs continents. Others, more cautious but perhaps more honest, admit that what we saw defies natural classification. The clean edges, the gleaming reflective surface, the sheer controlled trajectory. These are qualities of engineering, not geology. Could it be a vessel? Imagine it. A craft so large it could house entire civilizations, a spacefaring ark, a city between the stars. If that is the case, then the implications are staggering. Who built it? Why was it here? And, perhaps most unnerving of all, did it see us as clearly as we saw it? The footage captured from multiple angles aboard the ISS is being reviewed frame by frame. Already whispers from behind the closed doors of research institutions suggest something chilling. Gravitational anomalies were recorded during its passage. Instruments tracking Earth's magnetic field registered disturbances, subtle but undeniable. This was not simply a ghostly flyby. This object had weight, presence, influence. Now, skeptics will say the astronauts misinterpreted what they saw, that cosmic reflections or distortions in the lens exaggerated the scale, that a trick of light and shadow created the illusion of metal and form. But here's the thing. When multiple instruments across multiple platforms record the same anomaly, it becomes very difficult to dismiss. And the ISS wasn't alone in its observation. Several Earth-based telescopes in South America and Europe reported strange fluctuations in orbital tracking systems on that very same day. Friends, this was no illusion. Something enormous passed by. But what was it? Let's step into the realm of speculation. Suppose, just suppose, this was artificial, a structure crafted by intelligence. Its size alone implies technology far beyond our comprehension. The resources needed to build a construct thousands of miles wide would exceed the combined industrial might of Earth many times over. The materials alone, imagine the alloys, the energy sources, the architecture required to keep such a thing intact while traveling through the vacuum of space. Could it have been a mothership, a carrier of smaller vessels, an interstellar platform, perhaps designed to seed or observe planets across the galaxy? Or, more unnerving still, could it be a derelict, a drifting monument of a long-dead civilization wandering silently across the void like a ghost ship on a cosmic ocean? The mind reels at the possibilities. And yet, for all the speculation, here is the sobering reality. We may never know, for as quickly as it appeared, the object slipped away into the darkness. Tracking stations lost it beyond the shadow of Earth, and despite frantic efforts, it seems to have vanished from our instruments. Some suggest it cloaked itself, bending light or energy around its frame, slipping beyond our detection like a submarine diving into the deep. If so, that implies an understanding of physics that we cannot even dream of. But consider this. Maybe it didn't want to be seen in the first place. Maybe, for just a moment, it slipped into visibility, either by accident or by choice, allowing us a brief glimpse before fading back into the ocean of stars. And maybe, just maybe, that glimpse was intentional. A signal. Now, let's step back. Let's think about what this means for humanity. For centuries, we've looked up into the night sky and wondered if we are alone. Tonight's story, this colossal visitor brushing past our world, suggests we may not be. And if such beings exist, then they are not merely our equals. They are ancient, powerful, builders on a scale we cannot even fathom. Think of an ant colony watching a skyscraper move across the horizon. That, perhaps, is what we are to them. The question is not only what this object was, but why it was here. Did it come to observe, to measure, to remind us that we are part of a larger community in the cosmos? Or was it merely traveling by, passing by on its way to somewhere else, with no thought at all for the tiny blue marble in its path? We cannot say for certain, but one thing is clear. This incident highlights just how little we know about near-Earth space. For all our satellites, our telescopes, our sensors, we missed it until it was already upon us. Imagine what else is out there, unseen, waiting in the dark. Whether natural or artificial, this massive visitor raises urgent questions about planetary safety, detection capabilities, and our readiness to confront the unknown. Because if one of these things were to move closer, intentionally or otherwise, our world could face consequences beyond imagination. And so tonight, friends, as we look up into the stars, let us remember, space is not empty. It is alive. It is vast. And sometimes it brushes against our world in ways that change everything we thought we knew. This has been Cosmic Radio. I'm Asher Knight, and the sky above is watching.